Healing may be called, Jung says, a religious problem. In the sphere of social or national relations, the state of suffering may be civil war, and this state is to be cured by the Christian virtue of forgiveness and love of one's enemies. That which we recommend with the conviction of good Christians as applicable to external situations, we must also apply inwardly in the treatment of neurosis. This is why modern man has heard enough about guilt and sin. He is sorely beset by his own bad conscience, and wants rather to know how he is to reconcile himself with his own nature, how he is to love the enemy in his own heart, and call the wolf his brother. The modern man does not want to know in what way he can imitate Christ, but in what way he can live his own individual life, however meager and uninteresting it may be. It is because every form of imitation seems to him deadening and sterile that he rebels against the force of tradition that would hold him to well-trodden ways. All such roads for him lead in the wrong direction. He may not know it, but he behaves as if his own individual life were God's special will which must be fulfilled at all costs. This is the source of his egoism, which is one of the most tangible evils of the neurotic state. But the person who tells him he is too egoistic has already lost his confidence, and rightly so, for that person has driven him still further into his neurosis. If I wish to effect a cure for my patients, I am forced to acknowledge the deep significance of their egoism. I should be blind indeed if I did not recognize it as a true will of God. I must even help the patient to prevail in his egoism. If he succeeds in this, he estranges himself from other people. He drives them away, and they come to themselves as they should, for they were seeking to rob him of his sacred egoism. This must be left to him, for it is his strongest and healthiest power. It is, as I have said, a true will of God, which sometimes drives him into complete isolation. However wretched this state may be, it also stands him in good stead, for in this way alone can he get to know himself and learn what an invaluable treasure is the love of his fellow beings. It is, moreover, only in the state of complete abandonment and loneliness that we experience the helpful powers of our own natures. End of quote.
My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beautiful Castile. My acres of land I have achieved, love so much if you took my hand by the lose it all.
The shelters. There's 2 shelters like to the right of their base, and there was like a jacket up on the rocks, and like a jacket below the rock.
If you went up on the rocks over like right above the lost base, you would have seen like his deer antlers hanging out of the rock crevice with his fucking armband there.
Did you make art?
Huh?
Because I love your art.
Oh no, I
Did
couldn't.
you make
Make any art out of it. It was kind of embedded into the rock wall. By the time I got there, it was frozen into it. You know, I couldn't pull it out. I wanted the armband though. You know, I like taking them and burning them.
Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. And baby, if you hold me, all give me one good reason why I should never make a change. And baby, if you hold me, then all of this will go away.
There we go. You can G.
My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden granite piano, my beautiful steel.
Traversing the entire landscape, and I've witnessed about 4 or 5 of these storms in the last couple days now.
Yeah.
Had a premonition
Yeah,
about
I've seen
these
a couple of those
storms. Have you noticed how it gets real dark after the storms happen now? They seem to be lasting longer, man. It might just be me going crazy and being through so many of them, but I feel like they're starting to last longer.
I haven't paid attention
you're
to
right.
the time.
Yeah, the next time you're in one, man, just think about how long you're fucking sitting there, dude. I pulled out my PDA the other day and kept time. It was like quite a while. I was like, this is lasting for a long fucking time. They didn't seem to last that long before. Seems like they're getting stronger, and it seems like after they're done now, the sky stays black for a while. I'm worried that these things, remember what we talked about at the last meeting? I don't know how many of you were here for the last one.
I was here.
Did anyone else come for the
I was
last
there.
one?
Where's Brody?
And went to get Rooster. He's in.
Didn't you have to pick somebody up?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he went to go pick someone up real quick. But last time we talked
Yeah,
about
there you
how,
go, bro.
how we found that lore document. Yeah, I'll take a hit of that shit.
Yeah, and we fought the fucking Chimera
Alejandro,
thing,
you want one?
and the fucking squid
Got
face
you, Alejandro.
motherfucker came out of the portal. Yeah, I was here for that.
Yeah, that was some wild shit, man.
What's that?
Alejandro.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's that today? Like Facebook.
Man, this wheat's
Moth's
fucking
been a
good.
scientist ever since. After that, he's been studying it.
Yeah, I've been fucking around, that's for sure. That joint's down here, by the way, if you want to grab that. If anyone wants to hit off that before it goes out. So what I think's happening, man, is I think it's gonna get worse. I think these storms are something caused by this thing. Remember how we told you those scientists in that documents we found this other entity that lived on another planet, and they were using teleporters to try to commune with it?
Yeah, dude, we saw one of the portals. Remember we fought one?
Yeah, well I feel
Yeah.
like these emissions that are happening, I feel like, you remember how I told you that in the documents it mentioned that these creatures needed to be cold outside for them to thrive, and how it's too hot here on our planet for them to live here? I feel like these emissions are trying to like block the sun out and cause it to be darker more and cause the temperature to go down more, if you know what I'm saying. Like the next time you see one of these things happen, pay attention to what happens when it's done. The sky gets real dark and black, it's almost like a volcano went off, you know? I feel like maybe they're trying to pollute the atmosphere with a bunch of shit. Block out the sun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting.
It's just what I've been thinking about since I've been through so many of these damn storms now, man. Every time I see one, I try to really pay attention to what happens afterwards and what's happening before, and I'm sure you've heard all these fucking whispers in your head. I definitely can't be the only one that's hearing those.
Nah, that little
Yeah.
girl.
What do they say to you?
All kinds of shit, man. I hear different ones every time. Enlightened one. We are your masters. Stay.